And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think that I, for the first time in the history of ever streaming, have found the balance of everything. So when the showcase goes live, the balance between myself and the audio should be ready to rock and roll. When the other moments happen and there's downtime and there's a game that we're not necessarily interested in, it should be good to go and under control. Everything should be set up according to plan. But then again, anything is possible. Jenkins, way to start off today's show. Thank you so much. Welcome to Damarco's Dudes. I appreciate it. And thank you to all of our channel members. And to kick off this stream, well, we could wait a little bit, but to kick off this stream, I think I have... I thought I had some gifted subs that I could send out. Apparently I don't. I can super chat to myself though, if I wanted to. I thought I could gift out some subs. I guess I used them for the month or something. There are a select limited number, but alright, that's fine. Welcome everybody, especially thank you to our channel members. Welcome everybody. Sips of tea. I hope you have yours ready to go in your plain white mug, because it is going to be a fantastic show, ladies and gentlemen. I really have very high expectations for this showcase. It's money laundering. It's money laundering to Google, because they take some of it. Welcome, Jeremy. Lotus, thank you. You were here early. I saw that. I know you're very excited for Pragmata, and I'm happy for you. Throw the popcorn in the air. It's time to party like Jim Hardy. What a day! Game day, baby! Woo! I'm excited. The sequel to Journey is allegedly coming to Game Pass. Sort of something. GameSquid's making that, and they're actually going to show up at Day of the Devs, which is tomorrow. So Day of the Devs is going to be pretty exciting too. I will not be streaming Day of the Devs, but I hope that you check out some content creators that are bald. Not yet. We're getting there, Holly. Don't worry. I'll get there eventually. Welcome, Bobby. Welcome, RSJ, Arcane, Jenkins, and also thank you for the channel membership. That Blue Number, Bobby Hawk, Old Man Gamer. Welcome as well. Old Man, you just left a comment on the Elder Scrolls video, I think, right? The Will Elder Scrolls 6 appear? So it's great to see you here in chat as well, if you're still hanging out. Thank you. And I appreciate all of you guys eager asking where I am. I was not on the toilet. I was making sure I had my tea. So Discord server when. Also, Jenkins, I know that you had left a chat the other day, or one of your messages. Hey, Jonas, welcome as well. Jonas, thank you for hanging out. My lifeblood. There you go. Good for you, Sips. Discord server when. I think I made a statement about when I would open up a Discord, which was to say, like, 10,000 subscribers or something. I don't know. It was based on 100 channel memberships. I don't know what it was. Arc Raiders is definitely going to be here. Arc Raiders... I'm not going to lie. I sort of hope that Arc Raiders gets onto stage and then they just have a big footnote. You know how they always do the footnotes that say, this is a work in progress, right? Or something along those lines, like this is not definitive the final game. I want them to do that footnote, but I want them to have it say something along the lines of, all art is not plagiarized. All assets are from non-plagiarized sources in the bottom. I would love to see that. They've earned that. Honestly, they're not going to, because that would be very, very, professionally inappropriate, right? We don't like when major companies do stuff like that. I don't like when major companies do stuff like that. I think it's below them. But honestly, it would be kind of funny. I would think it's really funny. Jenkins, I saw you had left a comment on our other chat on our other stream where you asked, when's the next Damarco dude meetup? And I got a chuckle out of that too. So, I don't have... Normally I like to come to these prepared with a bit of a pre-show. I don't actually have one planned exactly for today, just because I was getting started late. I needed to make sure I had everything in order. But I will say, there are a couple things I am really hoping to see. First and foremost is, I'm excited to get a first look at, and I want to pull up my predictions document really quickly, just because there were a few on there. Star Wars Eclipse is definitely the big one for me personally. Star Wars Eclipse is something that has completely disappeared into the ether. I am a big Star Wars fan. I was actually going to wear my Star Wars shirt today to try to manifest it. But, unfortunately, it was not clean. And I value wearing clean clothes. Chronos New Dawn from Bloober is one that I'm very excited for. Crimson Desert as well is supposedly getting a 2025 release date. So what I want to see from Crimson Desert is a finalized release date. It's supposed to come in 2025, excuse me, but I want to see a finalized release date from Crimson Desert, just because that is a title that looks monumentally impressive. Every time I see it, it looks like it's unreal. And I want to know exactly what that is. I also would love to see Marvel 1943. This was also my predictions that I think it will make an appearance. That's Amy Hennig's new project. One, because it's Amy Hennig, and I want to know what she's been up to. I know that she's had a couple unfortunate instances as far as projects she's worked on getting canceled. But I would like to see that Amy Hennig, one, has a really strong project behind him. Two, they also had an Unreal tech demo. I think this was last year, like The Witcher. A lot of people after The Witcher showcase are a little bit skeptical of what the game will look like. I don't think we're going to see any more of The Witcher, by the way. I think that was it. Especially because anything they show, if it is in early development, unless it's to the same standard as that tech demo, people are going to rip it to shreds. I'm even worried about the final project, because even though they were very clear saying, hey, this isn't the game, I think a lot of people aren't going to really necessarily read that, right? There's going to be a lot of back and forth of folks saying, wow, this looks nothing like what the demo that was shown off, and then other folks arguing, well, they clearly stated that it wasn't the final version, and there's just, I could see it. I can see it in the future, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to happen. Those arguments are going to take place. Just be prepared. I will be talking about it. So, there you go. I know it for a fact. I've grown up since then. Jenkins, you have grown up. You have. You have grown up. Congratulations. It sucks. Welcome, Jenkins, to adulthood. It's wonderful, and we love it, and we're all happy to have you with us. Not that you were a kid before, but you know what I mean. I think they said they were showing off more Witcher 4. Did they? Did they really? Bobby, can you find a source for that? Bets on RE9. I would say pretty high. I would give RE9 probably, I hate doing halfsies. That's why in my predictions video, which, thank you for those of you that checked those out. Those did much better than I thought they would, honestly, which was very exciting. But for the Summer Games Fest prediction, I specifically speculated that we would have... I specifically said I don't want to do any maybes. I don't want to do these in-betweens like, oh, I think it's 85% chance. I hate that stuff. Does anybody... Do people prefer... Do you guys prefer when someone just says, oh, I think, like, maybe it'll be there, but maybe not, blah, blah, blah? Who's this guy talking over the music? Am I ruining it for you? Am I ruining it for you? I apologize. I could zip it. Especially when the music gets quieter. We'll get a nice little ASMR in there. That's okay. What's this XP? Yeah, it's their new system. They're trying to make sure that you stay engaged. Welcome, Cole. By the way, Half-Life 3? No. I think Resident Evil 9 has a very strong chance of making an appearance. I was not expecting it especially after Assassin and I had a really great podcast over on the Renegade Realm podcast. We had a very great episode, and he explained that there's no more exclusivity for Capcom to necessarily have a deal where they need to work with PlayStation. I think maybe that's early signs that Capcom, excuse me, is sort of looking at, and that was news to me at the time, right? So I just found this out Tuesday. But I think that's a sign they are actively looking to go more of the Microsoft route, which is they're looking at the writing on the wall saying exclusivity is not going to be the future of gaming. We need to make sure that we are in front of as many people as possible. They see the players when timed exclusivity does end, or they see their PC players, whatever it might be, and they go, yeah, we should bounce between other platforms. And so RE9 has a pretty good chance to be here. I would say, if I had to give a percentage, I would put it at 90. I'll go confident in my decisions. What about you guys? Let me know. We have 14, just 13 and 50 seconds left. 13 minutes left before it starts. I want everybody to share your most anticipated reveal. Go. Start typing away. I want you to type so aggressively on your phones or keyboards that I can hear it from here. That I feel it. I want to feel your button presses. What is your most anticipated... Joey, I saw your text, by the way. I'm sorry, I have been busy bee this week. But welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it very, very much. But go, go, go. Forza Horizon 6, says Lotus. RE9 or Bioshock Arcane Realm. Moonlighter 2. Little Devil Inside. I know Moonlighter 2. I can't picture it right now, but I know Moonlighter 2. Bobby, that's really interesting. Obviously Test 6, but I'm not too hopeful. No Test. Listen, Test 6, if they're going to show that, it's going to be at the Microsoft Showcase. Sorry, it won't be at Summer Game Fest. It's not. It's not going to be at Summer Game Fest. Forza, same with Forza. Actually, no, Forza Horizon. That's no, that's it. They usually go at length. They usually go at length for Forza, don't they? Forza usually gets extended segments at the showcases. I don't know. I can't remember historically if they sort of do a little tease here and then they do a little bit more. Red Dead 3. Good luck, Jeremy. Welcome, by the way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Star Wars Eclipse? Me too. That one's mine. Bully 2. We're not getting Bully 2. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're not getting Red Dead. No Bully. No Bully. Fallout 5. Fallout 6, damn it! Be bold with your predictions, Jenkins. Fallout 6. Be bold. If you're gonna make a guess, at least make it worthwhile to read in chat. Seriously. Don't waste my time. Don't waste chat's time. Bold predictions. GTA 7. Thank you, Arcane. Arcane understands the assignment. Fable 5. Dishonored 4. Bobby, that's not a... Halo coming to PlayStation, that's not a bold prediction. Let's be realistic here. Come on. Come on. Come on! Frost, welcome. Old man, hey, you are here, old man. Welcome, old man. Old man, are you really old man? Old man, what was your first system? What was the first gaming system that you played on? Star Wars Moisture Farm Simulator. Honestly, you know what's funny about Moisture Farm Simulator? That actually, unironically, I was watching some pre-show coverage. IGN, like, starts streaming 3 hours before, and they just kind of do repeat. And they were showing off, what is it? Tales of the Shire. Does anybody remember Tales of the Shire? It looks like a cozy little, you know, kind of settlement building, like, settlement building type, you know, Zen game, right? And I was watching Tales from the Shire. What's really cool, actually, about that game that I didn't know watching this was they have a Tolkien lore, like a Tolkien historian, excuse me, that is working on that project. And they were analyzing sort of where does, it's not set in Bree. Sorry, it's not a village, but it's not Hobbiton. It's, and I'm just reading the Lord of the, I just started reading the Lord of the Rings again, too. Fudge. Jonas, you're our Lord of the Rings expert. Not Crick Hollow, no, that's where Frodo moves. Buckleberry, no. Anyway, they have a Tolkien lore expert that's working on that project. So, no, it's not the West Farthing. So, anyway, when you say Moisture Farm Simulator, honestly, you get something like that. That's kind of cool to me. That is kind of cool to me. I wish it was more like Animal... Yeah, me too, Cole. Me too. I never read the books. Oh, okay. All right, I thought you had, actually. Jonas, you should read the books. I know you have a appreciation of Tolkien. Expedition 34, good prediction. I want to know... I would like to see that world expanded. If you have not finished Expedition 33, or have not played it, after this stream, I want you to... Actually, right now, we have 8.5 minutes left. Go download Expedition. If you have Game Pass, go download it. If you don't have Game Pass, just go buy it because it's worth your... I bought it. I paid for it. But it's worth your $40. I think it's $50. It's worth it. It's such a damn cool world. It is such a cool damn world. You dropped it? Jenkins, how dare you? How dare you? That's game of the generation that you just dropped. Yeah, someone time out Jenkins. 10 second. Can I time him out? Yeah, I can time you out. Jenkins, I'm sorry, but... disrespecting. It's only 10 seconds. He'll be back. Don't do that. A lot of Atari games as well. NES 1989 Frost. Wow, Jeremy, Atari did? Old man did? What's did? Bobby, NES. Cool. It's really cool to see. I really like seeing the thing that always excites me about sort of getting to interact with you guys is sometimes you really surprise me with your favorite games. Like Bobby, the games that you mentioned that you're highly anticipating when we were on, you know, seriously going through that, those are two titles that I've never really given too close of a look, but I love seeing that type of stuff. I love seeing that type of stuff. For Sovngarde. How dare you hate the game of the generation? How dare you don't like what I like? You're not allowed to do that. This is my channel. I only surround myself with sycophants and enablers. No. Not actually. I love when people disagree with me in the comments. Like, I had somebody on the Elder Scrolls prediction video. They left, like, this paragraph of a comment. This mini essay on why they think Elder Scrolls 6 will be later than 2027. Auto DOS. See, that's how much I didn't know. There we go. Auto DOS. Okay, so yeah, I would say that fits. That your username checks out. Username definitely checks out. You should not ask questions then. What is it? They left a really long comment about why they think, and it was well written, right? They sort of analyzed the launch of games within the same franchise from Bethesda and how it lines up with the production cycle and the longer timelines that games are taking. And he left a really well-written comment, and I love that type of stuff. I love that type of stuff. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining here today. We have 11 here at the moment. We have 5.5 minutes left until one of the biggest gaming events of the year. And there's been no leaks, which is arguably the most impressive part of it. Arguably the most impressive part is that there's been so few leaks. I know a couple have kind of crept in as we got, you know, a few days before, but I think genuinely within the past, ooh, gosh, 4 years, I don't remember this few amount of leaks leading up to a showcase. The Washington Post Starfield leak, good old times. Lucy James is co-hosting. Finally a competent co-host. Well, yeah, you're not going to find competency here, so don't worry about that, Holly. If you're looking for competency, I'll see you in the next stream. I know that you like Lucy James. Lucy James is a really great, really well-informed creator. And she adds a lot of value to conversations. People stopped caring about leaks. I don't think that's true. People haven't stopped caring about leaks. I think there's more vocality. Vocality? Is that the right way to phrase it? People are more vocal about the idea that they don't want to see leaks, or that they want the developers to have their games protected, to have that all, you know, sort of, to have those moments allowed for the developers to showcase their games, to share their release dates, right? We've talked on this channel in the past about how much time and planning goes into just a release date reveal. That's a big moment for these studios. So I think people are a lot more vocal. I think people are a lot more skeptical about leaks as well. There's a few that are credible. Did I say Lucy Liu? I might have said Lucy Liu. Lucy Liu, Paris Hilton. I don't know how to say names. This isn't news to anybody watching. This isn't news. How long is it this year? I don't think they gave a runtime, which makes me think pretty long. Or really short. But I'm managing to... I'm not... Whoa. Oh! Oh! Makes me think it's pretty long. It leads me to believe that it is pretty long. Yikes, that was a good one. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I think a lot of people still care about leaks. There's just a few creators or voices that are known as insiders. For example, obviously Nate the Hate, Detective Seeds, right? Those are the two names that at the moment come to mind. They are definitely folks that are trusted as far as leaks go. And I think a lot of people, for example, I don't want to start throwing names out there that might end up being wrong, but there's a lot of folks who try to capitalize on the hype and excitement about leaks, and they got maybe one thing right, and they've been called out, right? I'm sure you have someone in mind where they deleted every single wrong prediction and then they just left the correct ones up. People are tired of that part of it. RSJ, this year, surprisingly, though, there really haven't been... Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm just saying. That's what I'm just saying. What a co-host. Lucy Liu. Paris Hilton is really great at doing interviews with Phil Spencer. And Lucy Liu is a phenomenal Summer Games Fest co-host. I wonder if I ever had the opportunity to meet Paris in person, if that is one of the first things that he would bring up. And I would probably go to the bathroom and cry right away, instantly in the corner somewhere. I'd be like, yeah, it's nice to meet you too. It's about to start. We have a minute left. So I am going to change our view here. Let's see if I get this right. There we go. So we have these two views. We have these two views. If there's something exciting going on, I will be nice and small during the actual showcase. Do we want... Here's a question. You have 40 seconds to... 35 seconds to answer. Do we want to see chat or probably hide chat, right? Probably hide chat so it's not covering the reveal. I love you guys chatting. I love it. But we want to not cover as much of the real... Or do we want to see it? Hide it? I think so too. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But at least I gave you the option. See, it's a democracy here. It's about to start. Let's get ready. Unmute this.
Please welcome to the stage the creator of the Game Awards, Geoff
And we're in.
Keighley.
Hello, Geoff. Ooh, those shoes do not match that suit.
I love the energy.
Is that a sponsorship? You think he got sponsored to wear those
Game Fest, a showcase
on stage?
to celebrate what's new and next in video games. Now, every year we have the distinct honor of coming together to spotlight the boundless creativity that defines our industry. Thank you all for joining us and giving us your time. And special thanks to Dante. I was reading my feed this morning and saw that he canceled a date and he hopes I don't disappoint him. Dante, we're going to do our best.
Thank you, Lotus, for the gifted sub. Lotus, thank you so much.
Give you a whirlwind tour of dozens of games from studios big and small. From Lego bricks to puppets, zombies to Marvel heroes, this show has a bit of everything, including, yes, some brand new game announcements.
So, Marvel 1943? Is it coming? I'm excited for that one.
Let's take a moment to recognize just how
especially after 3 Marvel projects at EA got canceled.
So far in 2025 by units, according to Game Discover Co. Lots of great games. Now the list includes beloved franchises, but sitting proudly at #1 with over 13 million units sold since February is Repo, a groundbreaking indie game.
That is a terrifying picture to have blown up on screen.
Semi-work in Uppsala, Sweden. And closely trailing it is Schedule 1 from TVGS, a solo developer in Australia. It's inspiring that these indie creations stand side by side with heavyweights like Monster Hunter.
This is the future of the industry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. I mean, we all see the writing on the wall, but as more of these studios continue to get massive talent that's behind them, these projects are just going to continue. You're going to see more and more of this. And you're going to see less and less of things like Call of Duty. I mean, Call of Duty will always be up there, right? But
bravely stepped away from big publishers to forge their own path. One thing is clear. With digital distribution and engines like Unreal, today's most innovative projects increasingly emerge from outside the traditional publisher system. That's something to celebrate. But with more than 18,000 games released on Steam just last year, more than double from 2020, the challenge now
it's a lot of smut, though.
And that's precisely why events like Summer Game Fest,
it's a lot of smut
happening all weekend long, and initiatives like the Steam Next Fest are so essential. These events help remarkable games, big and small, find their audiences. And
I turned it up a bit,
watching
Jonas.
This show, you'll discover
Thank
your
you.
next favorite game. So, in that spirit, let's kick things off with a game from an independent studio who is thinking very big. In 2017, 4 developers broke
This
away
is good
from
of Geoff
AAA
Keighley.
publishers
This is
to start
fantastic
their
from
own
him.
course. Today, they're a thriving independent studio of 30 creators. And what you're about to see is a powerful testament to what passion, freedom, and a small, dedicated team can achieve. Let's take a look at our first new game announcement.
Okay, first new game. This is good from him. This is what we need to see.
You're the harbinger. You might be
Where was this music in Doom? Dark Ages.
They know naught of your nature. You're a weapon, child.
They're about to do the clasp. Okay. Nice. All right, you have my attention. What a way to open the show. They got shotguns. Medieval shotguns.
They'll worship you until you fail. Then what? You're no god.
This is cool. Mortal Shell 2. 2026 PS5, Steam, Xbox. Beta signups on Steam.
Alright, didn't that look great? Well, we got lots more to come. But right now, the end. The Nexus War.
That looked
Active Fight,
fantastic.
even live at Risky Reels. Over the years,
What a way to
Fortnite has
open.
innovated with mass-scale live in-game events. And tomorrow, Fortnite is set to do it again across console, PC,
Hey, Sean.
and phone.
Welcome.
The Death
Thank you for
Star's
stopping by.
super laser is charged and ready to decimate the Battle Royale island. But there's still hope. You and your friends can join the fight. Here's the first exclusive look at what you'll be part of tomorrow in the brand new live event, Death Star Sabotage.
Okay. Yep. That was really, really cool. Mortal Shell 2. Actually, for Fortnite, hold on, I gotta say, for Fortnite, they have space battles in Fortnite now.
Think I saw Jonesy. All right. Right now, it is an honor
pretty
to
impressive.
welcome to Summer Game Fest a legendary game creator who is set to release his latest project in just a few short weeks. With each of his games, he pushes the gaming medium in bold new directions, and we are honored to have him with us for the first time at Summer Game Fest in person.
Who?
Please, everyone, join me in welcoming the great Mr. Hideo Kojima.
Oh. Go figure. Who would guess? Yeah, you should have known.
Aki, great to see you. Mr. Kojima, here we are. The world tour begins at Summer Game Fest. It's great to have you here. We are so excited for DS2.
Wow.
So let me ask you, Mr.
Right?
Kojima, you've worked for many years on this project. What do you hope players take away from DS2 when they play it later this month?
まあ DS1 が出た後にコロナに
Look at
なったので
everybody in the
We hit
crowd
pandemic after
まあ
we released
僕
with
た
their
ちの中で
goddamn phones
まあ
out.
コロナを体験したと思って
Everyone
そ
experienced
のコ
the
ロナを
pandemic.
体験した
Be
中で
there.
の
So
新しいつながりというか
I wanted
Look
to
at
show
that.
something new connection
まあ考えていただきたいと
after
思い
we
ます
faced the pandemic. So I want everyone you to think about that when you play this game.
Okay, well, talking about playing the game, it's coming out later this month, but right now I know you prepared a special exclusive clip for SGF. Let's take a look at this.
はいあの
Please wrap it up, Kojima.
Welcome. Have a seat. Over here, please.
You stupid idiot. Sit in the right chair. Come on. Hey, MC. Thanks for stopping by.
So you are Neil Varner.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? For living?
I'm a porter.
So thank you. We're good for the day.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm gonna sit right, you doofus.
Neil.
What?
How many Death Stranding fans?
So
Out of
you know
curiosity.
him.
Sorry.
You really don't remember me.
The girl. You're alive.
Oh!
Stop! 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 Stop!
The facial capture is still really impressive. Really, really impressive.
So much mystery. Well, that was a clip from the game, a cutscene. We saw a first glimpse of Neil and Lucy, and we met them in the trailer back at South by Southwest, but we got a little bit more of them here.
Lotus, nice.
Tell us a little bit more about this clip and the characters of Neil and Lucy.
DS2 で非常に重要なキ
In
ャラクターです。
It's a very important character.
ニールとルーシー。
Neil and
で、
Lucy.
まあちょっと詳しくは言えませんけ
I
ど、
can't really say because there'll be spoilers.
手にカニ座の刻印が
Oh!
Saw the cancer
Kojima
mark
just gave us all the
on both of
finger!
their hands
深いつながり
You
が
see that?
They have
これ
this
が物語に
deep
大き
connection
く関わってきます。
and reveals
で前回
throughout the
ク
story.
リフっていう人気キャラクターがい
And
まし
last
た
time
け
on
ど、マツさんがや
DS1,
って
we have Cliff,
で
who was
物
played
語
by
的には
Max.
彼はもういなくな
And
った
of
の
course,
で、
by story, you
まあ
know,
2では出せ
he
ない
will not be in
で今回
DS2.
ニールっていうのが
But
マ
this
ツさ
time,
んの代わりという
Neil
その
will
同
be
じような
like
役割を担って
playing like the role that
登場
Max
します
did for DS2
で
this
まあ、クリ
time.
フすごい人気あったので、
And Cliff was a very
まあ
popular
クリフを超えるようなキャラクタ
But I
ーを作ろうとして、まあ、ルカさん
We
に
have
お
to
願
kind
い
of
して
like top that
結構いい
character.
キャラクター
So
になった
Luca
と
Marinetti was a great
い
actor,
ろい
and
ろ
I
心
think
に残る演技もして
it
い
was
ただい
great.
て
He did a great performance, so I think you'll like this new character,
も
Neil,
う
too.
20日後にゲーム出るんで
Well, the game's going to be out in 20 days, so I'm not going to give any spoilers, you know. That's
I know.
what I brought today.
But there is more to share, and you won't have to wait very long to learn more about the game. Actually, this Sunday, as part of Summer Game Fest, you tune into the DS2 live game premiere, where Hideo will be joined by many members. Of the cast,
These are always.
sharing,
Is it
a
anybody else?
Demo of the game, live game.
These are always such awkward segments, in my opinion, with Geoff and Kojima on stage.
This weekend, and we'll leave it at that.
ニールのゲームプレイシーンっていうの
Yes,
を出し
I'll
ます
show you
ので
the gameplay scene of
見に
Neil.
来てください
So hope you enjoy. Will join us Sunday too.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much. Hideo Kojima, everyone. Great to see you, Mr. Kojima. Thank you.
It's just that was a really
All
weird
right, and now I'd like to introduce
thing.
my
No, it's
co-host
not
for
the
Summer
language
Game
barrier. It
Fest.
always
She's
feels like
along
they
for the
just
party.
pull him on
A veteran
stage.
games journalist on GameSpot and the co-host of the Friends
Like-
Per Second podcast. Please join me in welcoming the incredible Lucy James.
That was a weird segment to show.
Thanks, Jeff, and hello, Summer Game Fest. I am so excited to be here this year. Thank you for having me.
Hi,
Now,
Lucy.
we are honored to reveal an exciting new project
damn
from
it.
Raw Power Games, a new team headquartered in Copenhagen, Denmark. Here, you can engage in intense combat, fight for land, glory, and legacy, and lead massive armies into epic scale battles, as narrated by actor Tom Hardy.
Thou shalt not kill.
Okay.
So the priests tell us. So the Lord commands. But ambitious men
Raw Power Games.
do not listen.
Chivalry 3.
I sought no war, but war found me. I became like them. I took up the sword, prayed I could win redemption through my deeds. But some paths, once taken, have only one ending. I shall find no peace. On this road, there is only death.
Ooh! Nice. Oh, gameplay! Yes! Holy hell, well played! Gameplay footage captured on PC. Chronicles Medieval. Okay. That is really, really cool. That's like the type of game a lot of people want to see.
Very cool new project in a brutal European medieval world. Now it's time to hang on to the edge of tomorrow. Sonic Racing Crossworlds is a thrilling new entry in the legacy of racing action games within the Sonic franchise. Crossworlds brings other worlds and familiar faces to Sonic Racing, including surprise guest characters being revealed here at SGF for the first time.
Okay. That looked really, really neat. Notice too, everybody, notice how... Why does Sonic need a car? Because he's got to go... He needs to go fast in multiple things. His legs get tired too. And also, then how else is Eggman gonna keep up in that tracksuit? But notice how a lot of people... And this was fairly recent, right? But a lot of people complaining about sort of the purple aesthetic. You look at a game like Avowed or like Dragon Age Veilguard. And a lot of folks are upset about that really bright... Oh, they're bringing in a lot of folks for this. They're upset about those color palettes, and we wanted dark fantasy. Joker? Wow, okay. Interesting combination to compete with Mario Kart. Is it going to be $60?
Coming in September, but that is not all. We'd like to introduce the man behind the creation of everyone's favorite blue hedgehog, Takashi Iizuka.
And that's soon.
I'm honored to be here to talk about
3
our
months.
latest Sonic Racing game. Sonic Racing Crossworld is the next generation of the Sonic Racing series, developed by Sonic Team and the Sega Arcade Racing Team. You can feel brand new experience from the new future travel ring, which you can warp in the race. Also, unlike another kart racing game, this game will have online cross-platform matchmaking. So you can race against all of your friends across all of the platform. Lastly, I have one more thing I'd like to show everyone here today. Take a look inside of the travel ring.
Yeah, go eat an egg, Mario, Steve. Go eat it, Mario!
Minecraft and Sonic. I guess you could say, you gotta go craft. Well, I gotta laugh. That's all I want. That's all I want. Next, we're excited to reveal a brand new action RPG from Bandai Namco Studios. Embark on a journey across a dark fantasy world and uncover a vast story that eclipses time.
More dark fantasy. Oh, I don't know if I got that, finished that thought, but we're gonna see this trend of a lot of dark fantasy stuff coming. Right, and then we'll go back to bright, you know, colors and Pixar-y style again eventually. It's all cyclical. It's all cyclical.
Time. For some, it heals. For others, it wounds. And for our world, it promises only oblivion.
Is Sonic going to this world too? It's the ring.
Our hopes lost long ago. But you have the power to change all of this. If time were a weapon to wield, could you undo the sins of ruin? In this time, or maybe the next, you'll find how to save us all.
Very cool. What I love about a lot of these games is the creature design has gotten so much better than I remember it being. And this is the past several years. They looked at Dark Souls and Dark Souls' success and said, let's just make the most wacky, insane possible horror beasts you can imagine. Code Vein 2. 2026. This is a really good show so far. This is a really good show so far. I like the style. Twin stick shooter style. It's been a long time since I played a good twin stick shooter. End of Abyss.
That was a very moody, cool new game. That was End of Abyss, the debut title from Malmo, Sweden-based Section 9 Interactive, an atmospheric action-adventure game coming in 2026
that looked cool.
to the Epic Games Store and consoles. Next,
Very
we'll
neat
step
vibe.
into the black and white world of rubber hose animation with
Mouse for Hire! Yes!
Developed
Lone
by
Vault Wanderer!
developer
Come on, Johnny Roses, let's go!
By Playside, releasing later this year. Here's a quick new look at the game and the reveal of a familiar voice.
There's something rotten at the heart of Mouse.
This is such a good one.
Crooks beware. Detective Pepper's in the house.
There are those who would bend the city to their will.
Dumb wise guys and fake cheese wheels.
And those who do anything to save it.
Oh.
They won't even know what hit them. Oh boy.
Oh, no way!
Here we go.
Damn, that was Troy Baker?
Another role for Troy Baker. All right, that's not all from Playside. Now comes the announcement of another ambitious project from this independent Australian developer. We've been talking to them.
That
for
was
a
the
while
least
about this
Troy
project,
Baker
which builds
sounding
on
Troy
their recent
Baker.
launches of Kill Knight and
I need
Age
to
of
go
Darkness.
back and
This
listen to
takes
that,
things
but
to a whole new level. It's a premium, real-time
I mean, even
strategy
his
game
Harrison
built for
Ford for
PC
Indiana
based on
Jones
one of the most iconic
sounded
fantasy franchises
Troy
in
Bakery.
the world. Any guesses? Let's take a look.
I mean, he did great as Harrison Ford. More dark fantasy. See, this is what I'm saying. There's tons of it that's going to be coming. Elder Scrolls 6 is going to need to read the room a bit.
You know how the game is played. But this is not the game you know.
Game of Thrones. Okay, yep. This isn't King's Road, is it? No. Ooh, nice hit.
This is your legacy.
That's cool. That is really cool.
You decide who wins and who dies.
Is it like a tactics game? War for Westeros. A real-time strategy. It is! Real-time strategy Game of Thrones. That is a good use of the license.
All right, now it is time for the global reveal of an FPS action-adventure RPG.
Ooh, Mudfish. Mudfish is creeping up as a big one to watch.
One could count
for me.
Billion suns in the known universe. So why do we deny other intelligent beings? It is said, if they were out there, they would have visited Earth.
Sapkowski?
My answer is, maybe they will visit us. But time has not come yet for this.
Okay.
The dawn of a new era. The era of atomic heart.
Oh, they went straight for a sequel. They went right for a sequel? Damn. I knew the game did well. I didn't know it did this well. This is really interesting.
Have a good hunt, Captain.
Their sales just went through the roof. They just got... They just got plus 1,000 pre-orders from that. There is a lot of new here. Wow. Okay, I haven't played the first, but that's very different,
That's
right? There's a lot
Heart
going
2 is
on
in
there.
active development at Mundfish on Unreal Engine 5, a spiritual successor to the first game, with a retro-futuristic world on a global scale, and this time there's a greater emphasis on RPG elements and player freedom. But that, believe it or not, is not all from Munfish today.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it is.
It's in the sky, a giant cube.
That's not normal.
I barely believe it myself.
That's not supposed to be there.
When it showed up, I was in the lab. I didn't even see it. You know? I felt that same fear, though. A terrible sense of my own powerlessness. How did the whole of humanity miss it? And did we actually miss it? What if the cube didn't appear, but revealed itself? What if it was always there, and we've only just started to see it?
This gives me Battle Royale impressions, but like PvE Battle Royale. It's in the world of Atomic Heart, okay. That's what it seems like, right? A multiplayer Atomic Heart. The Cube, Atomic, PC, and consoles.
Cute little guy. The Cube is yet another new project from Munfish, an MMORPG shooter set in the Atomic universe on a massive levitating cube you can see there, where the edges are constantly rotating to create unique gameplay combinations that are ever evolving. All right, let's jump into the
So,
Marvel
like a
Cosmic Invasion
Destiny?
universe. The new retro beat 'em up coming to PC
Okay,
and
I'm going
consoles this
to-
holiday, with multiplayer fun for up to 4 players. You can pick between 15 Marvel characters to play, but so
gonna
far,
take just a
only
little-
7 have been revealed. Well, now it's time to meet.
Little breather right there after that one. An MMORPG set in the Atomic Heart universe. That is really interesting. And I'm just curious. I didn't realize that Munfish had the scalability to do an MMO, first of all. But I was thinking extraction shooter before, too. I was thinking either extraction shooter or battle royale, and I was like, alright, fine, cool, whatever. But that's a little bit more interesting to me. A little bit more interesting. And so far, I have to say, this has been a stellar showcase. I mean, between Chronicles, Code Vein 2, End of the Abyss, Mouse for Hire, the Game of Thrones real-time strategy. A lot of really cool stuff going on. And it's just started. We're 30 minutes in. But Sony! Take notes, Sony. Because even the pacing is so good. The pacing has been really good here, too. So far. Nice. Goodbye.
We both want the same thing, Musashi. But there's only room for one at the top. And it won't be a coward who runs from jewels. Words never did work between us, did they? Sasaki Ganyu.
Are you like Onimishu? Good job, guys. Onimusha, good job, Arcane. That guy gave me almost Voss, fantasy samurai Voss vibes from Far Cry. Not quite to that extent. Onimusha 2026.
That was a new look at Onimusha Way of the Sword, which we announced back in December at the TGAs. It is coming in 2026 and will be playable this summer at Gamescom. Now let's
Playable?
completely switch gears. You guys all know I love my puppets, and this next project is one I've been tracking for a few years, as a team at
Okay,
Song
Geoff.
String Studios is using Unreal Engine 5 to create an insane digital puppeteering pipeline. It's actually a thing. What you're about to see is running completely in real time in Unreal, and I cannot wait to play it.
Right,
Here is an
baboons? Welcome.
unexpected new
By
game
the way, thank you
announcement
for stopping
that
by.
combines comedic storytelling and arcade fighting action. Check this out.
In-engine footage.
Fuzzy, the tournament of a million punches, you'll get yourself killed!
An unadoptable orphan.
All right, you little sick of fuzzy shit. Show me what you got. What? If you're gonna be champ, we gotta transform you. Why are you even here?
Why are you even here? We gotta transform ya.
Save us, Fuzzy, or we'll die.
Or we'll die.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Eat bread, crap, burnt toast, carb load. This mate ain't gonna beat it. I've been taking dumps in there all day. Jeff.
This seems really funny. Wishlist on Steam. Okay. That one looked really good.
Super fun. Gotta wish list that, right?
What are you even
Time to see the
doing here?
announcement of a brand new game in Deception We Trust.
You little fuzzy piece of crap.
An ancient white castle deep in the mountains, lost to time and legend. Only the chosen find their way here. Gathered from every corner of the earth, divided yet bound. Wolves and lambs. Engaged in a perilous dance of wits, a game where truth is but a shadow.
Killer in.
Enough
Social deduction.
theatrics. I'll get to the point. Killer In is a murder mystery action game. The killers lurk elusively in plain sight. Kill someone and a clue will remain. Hair, fingerprints, blood, clothes. The lambs scramble to find clues, one step closer to unmasking the culprits. Who is guilty will eventually come to light. Wolves win by killing every lamb. Lambs win by rooting out every wolf. Such simple rules. But there's so much more to this game of murderous mystery. Complete quests to level up. Buy items with the gold you earn. Loot chests for weapons and armor. Steal items, blow up opponents, poison others, place traps. Discover one of your own as a wolf. If
Okay.
you're not to your taste, then you'd better escape the castle. Now the paths to victory are clear. You would do
Clue
well to
with
remember,
guns.
Deceit and deduction are your strongest weapons in this game of life or death. Your invitation awaits.
Steam. It's very interesting. I'm not seeing a lot of console stuff.
That was Killer In, a 24-player multiplayer game from Square Enix. Where
That's
you
a great
compete in
description,
a
though,
game
Bobby.
of life or death using social deduction.
That looked fun.
skills to
That
win.
if you're going to
It's
do
hard to
a
believe this
new
next game was first announced
type
at
of
TGA
social
in
deduction game,
2021.
that is a
Though
good
it's
way to
been a
break
while,
into the
a
market.
recent tech tests prove that some things are
Something
definitely
unique.
worth the wait. I'm of course talking about Arc Raiders. This is one of the most anticipated games of the year.
Holly.
We're excited to share a new trailer which will tell you more about the mysteries surrounding the world of Speranza and the long-awaited launch date coming later this year. From Embark Studios, here's the world premiere of the release date trailer for Arc Raiders.
Release date trailer. So, no, game's not dropping, but we'll find out when it does.
Breathe. Let your body settle into a slower rhythm. mind of all distractions. You don't have to walk this path alone. Surround yourself with resourceful friends.
They've done a cool job building the world of Arc Raiders. Like, it's definitely a very interesting world. I have a lot of respect for that.
Here, you are in control.
Friendly fire. Good night.
That's right, everyone. Arc Raiders is coming October 30th, 2025 for PC and console. Congrats to Embark Studios. All right, Dune fans, now you can finally step onto the world of Arrakis yourself. Dune Awakening combines the survival and MMO genres with a thrilling cinematic story. It arrives on PC
Yes, it was
in
Sips,
just
yeah.
a few days on June 10th, but you can play it right now in Steam Advanced Access. Here is a brand new look.
Official release date of Arc Raiders. You got a while to go. Unfortunately. Or fortunately, if they need the development time, obviously. But from what I understand, it's pretty polished already, right? The people who played it. He who controls the spice controls the planet. You're not Zendaya. It's a cool world for an MMO. And it looks really good too. Visually, it's very impressive. I'm hoping that whatever ZeniMax's MMO is, that they're working on, Project Kestrel, I am hoping that it visually is at least on par with this or better. ESO looks good, don't get me wrong, but I think it's definitely showing its age at this point. Starting to. Whoa. Some cool gameplay. Dune Awakening. It's a really cool universe. Head Start now available on Steam. It's a really cool universe to do this in.
I saw my world fall to ash, consumed by the void.
Dishonored?
Try as I might.
The Void?
Advance.
Was that the Halo guy in Dune? Wield the power of gods. I always like in Dark Souls games, or Souls-like games, they tell you you could wield the power of gods and then you go up against these enemies and get crushed by everything. It's like, what kind of god power did you give me? Well, you need to level up. It's the power of a god.
Yet what then of those who deigned to turn back the hands of fate? To save what remains of our broken worlds, you need only take my hand. Return to the past, where your journey
Chrono Odyssey.
awaits.
Join the playtest on Steam. Lots of Steam, and that's on all platforms. Lots of demos and stuff on Steam, which is really, really neat. Okay.
Whatever's coming next will not be easy.
I will never forget my cause.
Hopefully it's not subscription based. Oh, the Dune MMO? Good question.
Just as he once came to me.
Either it's gonna follow an ESO model, which they pivoted away from subscription, but then they had tons of expansions, or
So I hear you're looking for someone?
they go a Warcraft model. It seems like the type of thing that won't be subscription based, if I'm being honest. That seems like a one-time purchase. I think subscription models for MMOs are a bit dated at this stage.
A rat in the vessel. Such a tiny nuisance.
Cool art style.
I know all your secrets.
You can't play Hollow Knight, but you can play this.
Don't come back.
Mio. Very cool.
That's Mio, Memories in Orbit, a stunning new Metroidvania platformer that has a demo on Steam you can play right now as part of
Yes!
the Fest. What you're about to see next
They're
is a
killing it with the
stop-motion
demos.
platformer where everything has been crafted by hand. It's called Out of Words, and I'm honored to show it to you
Previews,
today.
demos, more of that. Yes. This is cute.
Don't you see? We can't.
Come on, follow me.
I'm into it. I'm into it. It's charmed me.
What a really unique and different game. This August signals the release of Mafia: The Old Country, the next entry in the acclaimed Mafia franchise.
They're going
Hangar 13. It's a gritty mob story set in the brutal
Mafia.
underworld of
They're going
1956.
after that.
Here is the Summer Game Fest
They're going
trailer.
after the It Takes Two, and which is good. I love those games. Mafia. 2K's got a stellar year coming up, or next few years.
I work here. My friends, my family, my beautiful daughter, Isabella.
My beautiful daughter.
Of people around here. Sometimes a client is feeling less than cooperative, and we need to
teach them a lesson.
On this, the day of my daughter's wedding.
remind them of their obligations.
This is between us and Spadaro. Where I come from, commitment means everything. If this is how he wants it, this is how it'll be.
The Dons noticed you, Enzo. This is an opportunity.
Do you wish to commit to this family?
Hands off! We can't let them get away!
When Isabella became involved, it became our business.
Piggy puttana!
Miss Family, loyalty is everything.
We do not always get to choose what we do.
We can choose who we are.
These are my people!
And who are you, Enzo?
Those are my folks right there! That looks really cool. $50, linear, story-driven.
Lego Voyages captures the creative, hands-on spirit of classic Lego play and will also support a Friends Pass, just like Split Fiction. Here's the first ever look.
Hey! I like that. Annapurna and Lego. Friends Passes are great. Don Damarco, I make you an offer you can't refuse. How dare you disturb my beautiful showcase on this, the day of my daughter's wedding? I like that one guy's, like that older guy's deep gravelly voice. That was really cool. This looks cute. This looks really adorable. Bye! I gotta say, Lego is really killing it with the way they choose to license their IP. You have something like this, you got the Lego Star Wars, you know. They had Lego Worlds. Now we just need the other Lego Kart Racer. Do you guys remember that, like, the one where you had to deliver the pizza? Lego World, I think it was. Like, deliver pizza, you drove cars, you rode bikes, it was like first-person Lego.
Hello, Summer Game Fest! I'm Carolyn Lawrence, voice actor for a few familiar faces you might have grown up with on Nickelodeon. Some with squirrel suits, thank you. Some with science smarts, and some with serious attitude. Nickelodeon has always been about wild worlds and weirder characters. And while I'm mostly sworn to secrecy today, I'm thrilled to have a hand in revealing something that brings a lot of those characters together like never before. Okay. I hope you enjoy the first look at Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. Yee-haw!
Thanks, Sandy! Fairly Odd Parents, D&D.
Call upon his magic powers to summon the most ferocious.
That's Timmy Turner's voice.
The most totally radical team of adventurers the land had ever seen.
I think it's Timmy Turner.
Would be able to.
Alright, you lost me now. Sorry, Nickelodeon. You lost me now. It's like Diablo Nickelodeon.
It's been almost 2 years since players first stepped into the role of Geppetto's puppet to save the city of Krat.
Liza P!
And Puppet Frenzy in Liza P. Overture is a DLC expansion to Liza P that transports players back in time with new characters, environments, and of course, imposing enemies and bosses. Here's the exclusive new look.
Exactly, yeah, Lotus. That's a great game for the kiddos. Which, oh, sorry about that. I need to play Liza P2. I'm never gonna get around to playing this game. It's so damn cool, though. Hello. Gaming is back, baby. Gaming is back. It left us for a bit. Took a break. Lies of P Overture. It took a break, but it's now back.
Yes, that's right. Overture is available today.
Damn!
Across all platforms to play, so enjoy it this weekend.
Go! Go
Next,
play
the
it!
Small video game
Download
publisher
it!
Serenity Forge, based in Boulder, Colorado, shared this game with me a few months back with a DM that said, Doki Doki Literature Club meets Silent Hill. That piqued my interest. I think you might get a kick out of this announcement, too.
This is such a damn good showcase. Oh my god. There's so much. We're not even at the hour yet. We're not even at the 1 hour mark. Doki Doki Literature Club was a really cool game.
Sit at the front of the dinner table where he used to be. 5 plates full. Plates of food. Plates of tomatoes. Plates of hay. Plates of angels. Plates of West. Beautiful. Broken.
Get creepier.
Plates of flowers. Plates and plates. The garden is lush and green. And everything's focused. Dinner's ready.
I'm into it.
There's a hunger that feeds and blooms, and I will feed, and I will bloom.
I'm into it. I like that kind of creepy atmosphere stuff. Psychological
I
horror.
wouldn't recommend eating those tomatoes. All right, NCSoft is expanding its Blade and Soul universe. Let's take a look at the rich lore and dynamic action in Blade and Soul Neo, just out on Steam, and Blade and Soul Heroes coming soon.
Okay. Not my cup of tea here, FYI, but now on Steam. What would we rate it so far, everybody? What would we rate it so far? I'm giving it an A. I'm giving it an A+ at the moment. A+ showcase. A++. No test, a big fat 0. Has a chance to go up. 8.5 out of 10? Okay, alright. Fair. B's, A's. Listen, that's pretty good. I think what's getting me is that there's a lot of... It's a lot of games that... it's the lack of leaks. It's the fact that there were no leaks around a lot of this, to be honest. Way better. F- with room to grow. Alright, Jeremy. Okay. We're in the anime section, ladies and gentlemen. We've reached the anime part of the presentation. Which this is a good breather, right? You've had a lot of stacked reveals and releases, so this is a good segment. A good breather for a lot of people. Now, Cole, wake up. Wake up. No. Hey, Bimlau, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Say, Jonas, are you a One Punch fan? I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but that's awesome. I love One Punch Man. I want the new season to come out already. If you rate it too high, there's nowhere to go but down. That's smart. Very clever. Would 100% recommend Neo 3. Should play the demo. Right now. I'll check it out. If I did play it, it's not something that I would probably stick with, if I'm being honest, just because there's so many other games.
Is available today.
Unreal trailer. Alright, we have a commercial for Unreal Engine.
Showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4.
Human Creator is now fully integrated into Unreal Engine.
You're seeing me live in real time.
Squid Game
All right.
will be coming to UEFN. It started with an
Unreal Engine commercial. Unreal is doing a lot, though. This is interesting just because it's showing the versatility. Like, this highlight reel is really highlighting the versatility, which is neat. And here you go. These are all the games that we're seeing, right? Let's go back. Oh, commercial's over. But several of those were obviously Unreal games, including that stop-motion animation one. Jurassic? Okay, Jurassic World. Park. We asked if we could. We never asked if we should. Jurassic World Evolution 3. You're missing audio for the stream? Oh, sorry about that. I forgot to turn you back up.
Hi, I'm Celia from Yacht Club Games.
There
10
you go.
years ago,
We're back.
we broke new
Hey,
ground with
King.
our first
Thank you for
game,
stopping
Shovel
by.
Knight.
We have a while for Unreal 6.
Today,
Yeah.
I'm thrilled to share a world premiere look at our next IP, Mina the Hollower. Mina continues our traditions of refining retro gameplay for a new generation. It's a bone-chilling adventure that it blends intense combat, free roaming exploration, and precise platforming. As Mina, a whip-wielding hollower, you'll burrow through danger and unravel the mysteries of a cursed island. A decade ago, we unearthed a groundbreaking legend. This year, we're bringing our next bona fide classic.
Bonafide classic. It's a bold statement. Jonas. I'm vibing with it. I like these pixel art style games. More pixel art games. They're really cool. It's always cool to see what the developers can do with those types of games too. And a new IP from the Shovel Knight devs. I like new IP.
All right. This is a special one. Our next game comes from a well-known developer that has done... Yeah. Kyle Bossman, everyone. Final Bossman. All right, well, let's see what this says.
And the Game Award goes to...
Hey, Jeffy. If you're reading this, it means 3 things. Number
Cyberpunk
1,
Yellow.
you're killing it at the fest with your oodles of totally natural charisma. Debatable. B, I'm at your house playing long darts with the fam. And 3, you're gonna do me a solid and skip that Silk Song trailer so you can pimp my revolutionary VR gaming venture that will shock the industry probably. A wet one on the lips, comma, wait.
Oh.
All right, let's take a look.
Is Nolan North gonna come back?
Ooh, Red Band trailer. Hell yeah. Handcrafted with cuddles by the Merc with a MetaQuest. Kick back and bask in the glory of gaming's first quintuple A tropical farming sim experience.
Quintuple A.
Oh, hi, new friend. Oh, yeah. Escape the turd burger of late-stage capitalism and enter a world of VR magic and wonder. You'll care for exotic pets, the elderly, and this fucking thing with hip-hop Satan. Oh, hi, don't worry, he's a fascist. He deserves this big time. This guy is a total dick. What the hell? Who designed this shit? I wiped my ass on this first. You're welcome.
Say Michael Bay explosion.
With fries. All your dreams of being inside me come true in VR. Spider-Man gets Insomniac, and I get this shit? I'm craving Korean barbecue now. Is that weird? Whoa.
All your dreams of coming inside me have finally come true. Spider-Man gets Insomniac.
Deadpool. All right. Next year at Games,
that was really funny.
We announced Dying Light: The Beast, the culmination of a
That was
decade
really
of
funny.
Techland's experience building survival horror.
Too bad it's
games.
MetaQuest!
Is back as the player character
Stop with VR exclusives!
action survival horror. Let's take a look at the latest.
Stop
trailer
it!
With some big news.
You stop
the
it!
release date.
Bad! No! No! No VR exclusives. Anyway, sorry. What are you doing, Techland? New? Is it a new one altogether?
He's a narcissistic sociopath. He's experimenting on humans like they're lab rats. God only knows what the Baron's planning to do with those monsters.
There's a lot of zombies on screen. It's really good looking. Okay, bringing guns back. Vehicle, okay, you got cars. Cool.
I don't care how high his walls are, or how big his army is. That fucker will pay for what he did to me. All the years he took from me, all the agony he put me through.
You want revenge?
Damn right I do!
Wow. August 22nd, Dying Like the Beast. Pre-order now. August. Wow, this year. I gotta say.
E&F is an old chemical factory south of the city. The Baron's men operate out of there.
Then I'll go there.
Oh. Damn it. Okay, alright. Watch more June 6th. At 4 p.m. Wait, today's June
There's
6th.
the big news. Dying Light: The Beast is coming on August 22nd, Gamescom week. All right. This next game draws inspiration from classic coming-of-age films to capture the highs and lows of adolescence, the bonds of friendship, and the nostalgia of growing up. Mixtape comes from Beethoven and Dinosaur, an Annapurna interactive, and this is your exclusive new look At this
Yeah,
game,
I
plays like a
remember
love
this
letter
one.
to teenage memories.
This one
What are we doing?
looked interesting.
Hanging out, getting buzzed. I've got to get out of this place.
At the end of an era, when everything's about to change, it's time to look back on your greatest hits.
Mom, who is it? One moment. It's the pigs, darling. Shit it.
This year, experience a retrospective like no other. Beethoven and Dinosaur invites you to relive the teenage riot, to spend one last night together before school's out forever. And with a soundtrack this good, it's gonna be one hell of a night.
Has it?
And The Cure. I love The Cure.
Has it been since like Outer Worlds 2 trailer came out that anyone else noticed that a lot of trailers are going more meta
For yourself.
in their commentary?
Mixtape. Nothing but the hits.
I wonder if that's even the same dude. And then we pan to a monster that probably won't be in the final game.
A beautiful world where harmony reigns. Will you struggle until your last fleeting moment?
Mixtape looks like a nice story, a nice like coming of age game. Cool art style.
No escaping them.
I have no idea what this is.
That is why we must end you. Right here and now.
Okay.
On your guard.
This is gorgeous. Take this.
I love The Cure too. I love Smashing Pumpkins.
Put it into action.
The surge of power.
I'll wait until Lotus plays it. He'll let me know if it's any good.
Now, get ready.
Lotus has good taste.
Everyone, are you with me? We will live on in this world. No matter what hardships await.
Smashing Pumpkins was one of the first ones on that list, Jonas.
Fight for a future.
Or I think it was like a third. But yeah. I really like that Deadpool trailer. That one was very funny.
Toa and the guardians of the sacred tree.
You guys guard that tree. I will not be.
A beautiful game. That was the global announcement of Toa, a new roguelike from Bandai Namco and developer Brownies, a game drawing from classic Japanese art with a whimsical spin on Eastern mysticism. Next, we want to introduce you to a game made by a first-time solo developer in Bandung, Indonesia. With the help of 9 of his friends, he's built an intense action beat-em-up with brutal hand-to-hand combat set in his hometown. This is Acts of Blood.
Hi, crowd. Oh, is this the Melee game? The Melee beat 'em up? Yeah. Okay, this one looks cool. This one looks really cool. And the music. I know Holly's excited for this one. Some parkour action going on. No? Oh, maybe Red. Maybe Red was interested in it. Nice. Packs of Blood. That looks like a fun beat 'em up. 2026.
Amazing what these solo devs can do today. Now it is time for the reveal of the next game from Montreal-based tribute games.
Someone watch
the
Old
makers
Boy?
of TMNT Shredder's Revenge and Marvel
Was
Cosmic
it Mega Man?
Invasion, which you saw a little bit earlier. If you're like me, you've been waiting for more than a decade for this reveal.
Was it Mega Man? Oh god. He had a billboard for a restaurant called Burger. Oh! 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 Whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah, it's been. We saw this before too, right? It's been a Steven. Scott Pilgrim. I was gonna say Steven Universe. God damn. Oh, they got a lot of talent in there. Wow. Oh, nice! That's really cool. I am not a Scott Pilgrim fan. I have been shown Scott Pilgrim. I did not see the appeal, personally. But I know I'm in the minority.
Back with his fist flying in a brand new brawling adventure in EX, you'll battle through space-time and the streets of my hometown of Toronto with Scott, Ramona, and 5 of their former rivals in this online 4-player co-op adventure with a story written by Scott Pilgrim creator Brian Lee O'Malley. All right,
There you
we're
go.
gonna be right
Bobby,
back,
did your rating go
but
up now?
First, we have a very special message from Maggie Robertson, TGA winner in 2021 for her performance in Resident Evil Village.
Heyo.
Ah, there you are. Wait long. We've been preparing delightful ways to make you suffer. So enter the village if you dare. We've slashed the price to be lower than ever for you simple little man things. Still thirsty? Worry not, you ungrateful wretch. There's plenty more fun to go around.
And RE9?
Now cease this foolishness and make your decision wisely.
Really? Really? Damn, that was a letdown for Resident Evil, huh? Yeah, that can't be it. That can't be it. The first descendant?
Since the dawn of time, humankind has been obsessed with the hard. Now, a glorious morning has dawned on something that's simply harder. Scum.
What the fudge is this game? I know Scum. I did not know this was Scum.
Your hard just got harder.
Scum. Okay, that is not what I thought Scum was. Mad World.
What are you doing here? Come with me. At first, I thought it was just broken synapses in my head.
Keep your lens feed on.
Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye needs a big pick-me-up.
Like a part of me that's been buried down deep feels like it's just knocking to get out. I'll be seeing you around, Charlie. Maybe this is the real me.
Diaz, you were a good soldier. I don't want any part of your future. It's activating.
Story-wise, Mind's Eye looks very intriguing. Very intriguing. Oh, okay. Value of the partnership.
Hi everyone, I'm Hakan Abrak, CEO of IO Interactive. We can't wait for you to discover Mind's Eye when it launches on June the 10th from Builder Rocket Boy and IO partners. And yes, you may have noticed Agent 47 will be contracted for a very special assignment in
Yeah, Bimlau. I think a lot of people are.
This week, we finally revealed 007 First Light to the world, and your reactions were heartwarming. It's coming in 2026, but we want to make the wait more exciting. We are bringing someone into Hitman, the World of Assassination, who is very dear to the Bond universe. Let's take a look.
Always down for more. Yeah, I would like some more gameplay of this.
Your target is the elusive shadow banker, known only as Le Chiffre, a financial mastermind with suspected ties to the criminal underworld. He has arranged a high-stake poker game
Interesting.
at the Casino Monarchique in Paris. Our clients have deemed this unacceptable.
I've invited these people for a reason. I know their weaknesses. Mr. Rengang, he's too impatient, and Miss Bai, well, she likes a drink. Don't know about the newcomer, Mr. Smith, though. He's the only wild card. Well, this is turning into an interesting evening.
Welcome to the VIP room here at the Casino Monarchique.
Reaper. Unusual name.
Names are for friends. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Le Chiffre?
Nice collaboration.
There you have it. Hitman and 007 are coming together in a very unexpected way.
We know our players waited a long time for 007 First Light. It's just around the corner, coming out next year. However,
it's not just around
Hitman
the corner,
is live
but
right now. So I thought, why wait? And I asked a fellow Danish friend to join me here. As a matter of fact, he is here with us today.
That's right, everyone at Summer Game Fest, please welcome the great Mads Mikkelsen.
Hello, King. Are you a big Bond fan? It doesn't surprise me, but also, did you play Hitman, King?
Thank you for joining us, and thanks for coming to Summer Game Fest. Mads, you are Cliff, but you're also Agent 47's next target as Le Chiffre, the villain we know from Casino Royale.
Yep, that's it. And you know, this is I've always had a deep love for this character. It's a role that means a lot to me because of a lot of reasons. So when Haggard gave me the chance to step into the shoots of Le Chiffre once again, I did not hesitate for 1 second. But this time is a little different. He's more confident. He's dangerous. He's not just a brilliant mind hiding behind a desk. He is visceral, unpredictable, and ruthless. And let's just say this time he doesn't outsource the violence anymore.
Good for him. Aging like fine wine. That's what I'm saying. He looks good.
So this mission is set in a casino in Paris.
Show his bones, a
We want to
handsome
make
man
an
on
homage
stage.
to the movie Casino Royale, while keeping surprises for our players. James Bond and Agent 47 have very different set of skills, and the mission will be handled in very different creative ways.
Yeah, he's not going to beat me in poker. He's going to figure something else out.
So I guess it is not just about the shot, it's about the bluffing around the table this time?
Yeah, sure, exactly. It's Lucifer is always like 2 steps ahead of you. He reads you before you read him, so it's a little like bringing a chess player to a poker game.
We built the mission to allow several parts, unexpected characters, appearances, and even custom poker mechanics.
Wow, all right, well, when do we
Custom
get to play this?
poker mechanics?
That's the best part. We wanted to surprise you, so the team is updating the game as we speak. Le Chiffre, Elusive Target mission starts today in a few hours. For only 30 days, and if you play it, you'll unlock a unique reward in 007 First Light.
Amazing. All right. Well, Hakan Mods,
For only
thanks
30
joining us
days.
For, Summer Game Fest. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for having me.
That's a weird one. You have the license for 007, but you
Great
do
stuff.
that
All
for
right,
the
now here's the announcement
to
of a
surgeon
new
players,
party
yeah.
game coming later this year.
They
for
wanna
beloved
get a
Lego
boost of
fans,
people
made
into
with over
Hitman.
1 million Lego bricks, 300 minifigures, and
FOMO,
over
yeah.
700 trillion minifigure combinations.
Yeah, that's a FOMO play. Was that Ned Flanders? Did I just see Flanders?
We don't have nails. It's an action-packed contest to collect the most.
Is it Lego Mario Party? Damn! Everything is going after Mario. Sonic Racing, Lego Mario Party.
What about our amazing mini games, Dad?
God damn! Price this at $50 too. Nintendo, you are gonna. Ooh!
Surprises around every corner. Anything can happen. Anything? Anything.
Anything?
Yes, anything.
Okay, but certainly.
No, they're getting golden bricks. They're getting gold. That's the equivalent of Mario stars.
Those were literally just
Nintendo's gonna really start to kick themselves with their $80 first-party titles if this is what other studios are investing in.
Whoa, that is looking mighty tasty.
Lego Mario Party.
All right, next, a new look at a new team shooter from Dreamhaven and Moonshot Games. 20 players across 5 ships venture into the most treacherous region of space, hoping to get their hands on the artifact. The game is called Wildgate, and the open beta starts next week during Steam Next Fest. And we're also very happy to announce the game will launch on July 24th for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox. Let's see what it means to get into some serious space shenanigans.
This is what I think it is, right? Where you're all like, yeah. This looks like a really interesting, fun game.
danger. Reactor overload.
And then you get in like the ships and yeah. Very creative take on a competitive shooter. I'm interested in this one for sure. And a demo next week is pretty neat.
This feels bad.
Again, with the demos, I'm glad to see those making a comeback. Checks internet for Nintendo lawsuits. They're not good. They have. Listen, if Nintendo wants to go toe to toe with Lego, that will be very entertaining to see. I would be very entertained to see Nintendo say, "Let's go after Lego."
I'm proud to reveal to you the next game from Toronto-based Drinkbox Studios, the team behind the Guacamelee series and Nobody Saves the World. They're making a full 3D game that can be played alone or with a friend in co-op. You can find out more during Day of the Devs right after the show, but for now, here is the global reveal of Blighted.
Blighted. You have a lovely accent, Lucy.
One can only wonder, how did it all come to this?
I've not played Drinkbox games before. Any fans of Guacamelee? Or Nobody Saved the World?
Those who ate of the fruit saw the
You like Drinkbox, Holly?
lives they lived, and passed their knowledge to future generations, until Sorcisto, in his lust for power, consumed their brains lands of the living, spreading this blight. You harbor it too, I see.
Is this a third Diablo style game we're seeing? Co-op, it looks like, maybe.
Should you fall,
or is that just an AI?
Pray the vultures consume you before the blight does.
Okay, cool. Coming soon.
There is more Blighted coming up right after the show in Day of the Devs. All right, next is a first-person survival action horror game from Team Clout. It's a new team of 50 with founders in Canada and Armenia. They partnered with the new Munfish Powerhouse label to bring this insane Unreal Engine 5 game to life with unpredictable monsters and visceral dismemberment. Here is your first look.
This amazing Unreal Engine game. It's Unreal, in case you didn't hear that. Ooh. Munfish, you guys are doing great. It almost looks like a more actiony Amnesia. Or, I'm sorry, not Amnesia, Outlast. This looks awesome. Open world? Okay. Steam, PS5, Series X. That looks really cool. If Resident Evil 9 is not first person, then I will be taking a super close look at it to fill that gap. That gave me some good Resident Evil vibes,
In this game, you
which is
explore
a great
sci-fi
compliment.
universe and pilot powerful mechs with immersive aerial and ground combat. As a top wish-listed game, players are clamoring to know just one thing: when is the release date? Well, here's Mecha Break's latest trailer with the answer you've all been waiting for.
You can kick the baby zombies.
Force the Thalassic Federation to advance its Project Enterprise.
Sorry, Bobby. Serves you right for not playing on PC. What can I? No, I'm just kidding. I hate that mentality. Okay, I'm not a Mecha Break. I'm not a Mecha Break. I'm going to use this as a very quick opportunity to be right back.
In this next title, small-scale players traverse the oversized world around them, filled with local wildlife and hostile machines. Built by a small 8-person studio, this is Infinitesimals.
Mechanical is approaching.
We must now face a stark reality. The industrial civilization we were expecting to join is no more.
Whatever it takes, we find a way.
2026 marks the 30th anniversary of a legendary video game franchise that I think we all know
Thank you.
very well. Please check this out.
I was saying first you get squirrel with a gun, now you get grasshopper with a rocket launcher.
Happy birthday.
That was oh! There you go, Arcane. Returning to Raccoon City.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. And to celebrate early, a special message from Takeuchi-san.
マギーさんありがとうございます。カプコン竹内です。皆様のおかげでバイオハザードも30周年を迎えることができました。ありがとうございます。さてお待たせしているバイオハザードの最新作なんですが、もう少しだけ、あと瞬きするぐらいの間だけお待ちいただければと思います。それではこれからもバイオハザードシリーズよろしくお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。
I blinked many times. No!
I need a glass of wine too. All right. Thank you, Takeuchi-san, for that very special message. We cannot wait for when the time is right to share more leading into the anniversary of Resident Evil. Now it is time for the next big update for a beloved franchise.
God. Alright, well, that was... Why did they not... Why did they not do that with the other segment? Why did they have 2 RE segments just to say we're not ready to talk about RE? It's in Raccoon City, so you got a little bit of something, right? Which I know everybody's saying it's going to go back to Leon is a speculation. So I guess maybe you guys can, you know, massive RE fans can probably dissect that map that they showed off and find... But you know what they're doing? You know what they're doing, though? They're avoiding sort of the Elder Scrolls situation, which is to say, hey, we're working on RE, it's not ready yet, but we'll talk about it soon. And that's a big announcement so that you don't have a lot of folks going, what the F is happening? Wow, Deathloop looks really weird. Yeah. RSJ, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. I hope you've been enjoying so far. And you've liked what you've seen. What do you think of the show from what you've seen so far? Yeah, this one ain't it. Not for me, at least.
Adios.
We're just about at the 2-hour mark.
That was Last Flag, a new online action game from the new indie studio Night Street Games, which is the ultimate game of capture the flag set in the 1970s. As you saw, the closed alpha will be starting later this year. Next, we have a beautiful new trailer for a Souls-like action RPG game developed in China by Lenzi. Wuchang Fallen Feathers.
Wuchang.
It's launching on July 24th. Here's a look.
Is this bloodshed really what you wanted?
They had some bad publicity leading up to this showcase. With all the
Fate is all set in stone.
Xbox. That was Wuchang, right?
Change how it ends.
Wukong. Sorry, Wukong. You can see my confusion there.
What will it take to finally awaken you?
Wuchang Fallen Feathers. No, you're thinking of that other one, Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks. Did they say find the Rizzler?
Where is the Wu-Tang Clan?
Wu-Tang Clan is getting a game? Actually? And it looked pretty cool? Huh?
Ghostface Killer is calling on you to rescue his Wu brothers. Wu-Tang Rise of the Receiver is a new co-op action
His
RPG
Wu brothers?
with anime-style fighting, and it's the debut title from the 53-member Brass Lion Entertainment. Now, here's a new look at Guild Wars 2, which has new updates, including player housing.
Break
and
time, ladies and gentlemen.
This weekend, to celebrate SGF, you can take advantage of double XP all weekend long.
Break time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to keep my mouse on the volume so I remember to turn it up afterwards. We're at the weird mid part. That Wu-Tang game is a big surprise. That was completely and utterly unexpected, but very, very cool. And it did that little tiny snippet looked interesting. I like the kind of stop motion art style. Resident Evil 9, I think, is the biggest disappointment of this entire show so far. Cole, you're about to lose that bet. And we have an Epic Games Store advertisement. I got my finger on the button, so I can't let go. I think RE9 was definitely the biggest disappointment. It was good of them. If I were in that situation, I think the best thing they could have done is said before the Summer Games Fest, like a day beforehand, you say, hey, we're not going to be at Summer Games Fest. We are really excited to show off the game, but it's not ready just yet. But keep an eye out because we're going to be ready to do something soon. And that is the way that you do that. You don't build it up, in my opinion, to basically just say, oh, by the way, it's not actually here. I bet RE9 is the end. I hope so, because otherwise, it's just a really weird thing. What I will say about this whole showcase is the pacing has been phenomenal. They had their Unreal Engine commercial. Now they have their Epic Game Store commercial. But otherwise, this has been done really, really well. As far as the pacing of the show. Now they're having their Switch 2 commercial. Which it's crazy that... I think everybody's genuinely impressed that Cyberpunk is running on the Switch 2. Right? Okay.
Here is another game throwing back to a classic animation style. Enter a surreal world where you're a down-on-his-luck outcast who has to battle his inner demons, literally, in this action roguelike. Here's Into the Unwell.
Uh-oh, mouse for hire. You got some competition in the animation department. Oh.
Another relapse, huh? Get well soon.
Good pun.
Maybe it's too much for someone like you.
Is this cartoon Hi-Fi Rush?
Always be so easy.
Because if so, I love that.
You still look a little unwell.
That almost sounded like Mark Hamill for a second. You still look a little unwell.
Hey guys, I'm Ian Prue, the co-founder of 1047 Games. When we started Splitgate,
Interesting
in our dorm
hat
room, we
choice.
just wanted to make a game we could play with our friends, and 20 million of you played with us.
It's the same
Now,
studio.
with the help
I
from
was
our
going to
amazing
say it
community,
looked like Cuphead meets Hi-Fi Rush.
Because I grew up playing
And that's awesome.
And I'm
I didn't know,
tired
I
of
didn't
playing
see that it was the
same
same
Call of Duty
studio.
every year. And I wish we could have Titanfall 3.
Call
With
EA
Splitgate 2,
out!
We asked ourselves, how would we take Portals to the next level? What if you could portal to entirely different worlds? So we combined the action, movement, and gunplay of arena shooters with the scale and intensity of something much bigger. Splitgate Battle Royale launches free right now, and it's fucking awesome.
Ah, you dropped an F-bomb. We like the game now because you dropped the F-bomb. That's how you get them. Just curse. Well-placed swear word. Splitgate was always the type of game that I thought was cool conceptually, but when it came to actual gameplay, I never... I did try Splitgate 1, and it was fine. Like, you know, it sort of fits into that same bucket for me as playing Call of Duty. You know exactly what you're getting into. Obviously, Splitgate's quirk is the portals, and that's cool that they have a quirk. It's well designed, it's polished, it's a very otherwise vanilla experience. So, hey, if you're looking for a different FPS, great. Right, you got this with a quirk, you got a FPS with a quirk, but I don't know if anybody is a massive Splitgate fan. Which is fine. It's a good game. It just never... Wow. Smart of them to be free to play, though.
Now we are honored to showcase the latest project from the talented minds at RGG Studio in Japan.
I like the vibe. Gives me Wolves Among Us 2 energy. Speaking of, I thought Wolf Among Us would be here. We've seen it. Haven't we seen this game before? That looked familiar. LA Noire 2, yeah. This is a very good vibe for a game. Non-pop show.
Got a name? Mako. Daito. Daito. A Jap then, huh? Don't I look like one? You're not? So, what are you then? Sana.
I love it. That's such a unique aesthetic for a game.
Last year as Project Century set in 1915, and now the full name has been revealed. Stranger Than Heaven.
Fallout did a little bit of that with Good Neighbor. They tried to capture that vibe a bit, and I loved that element. I wish there was more of it.
All right, well, we're almost done here, but we do
Jazzy Noir, yeah, exactly, Jazzy Noir. That was a better,
very special global game announcement to share with all of you who've been waiting. Today we've showcased a lot of projects from teams around the world, including many brand new studios, and we're proud of that.
Okay.
But this one comes from a studio that is no stranger to delivering blockbuster games time and again. When I first got a glimpse at this project last summer, I was absolutely blown away
apparently
by the scale, scope, and ambition of this developer's vision. And while there are many places, really any place, this game could have been revealed, we are so deeply honored that we get to share it with the world right here at Summer Game Fest.
You guys got it! Right? Is this... No, wait, maybe not. Sorry. I'll shut up. It is, right? It is? Yeah. I was gonna say. Okay. I'll shut up.
Grace. Grace. Grace Ashcroft.
Yes?
My office.
Oh, coming.
No, it's RE. It's definitely Resident Evil.
If this is about the report you asked for yesterday, it'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days, tops.
Put a hold on that for now. We found another body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating. Now, I need a good technical analyst on this.
Okay.
I need your eyes on the crime scene. The Renwood Hotel. I know that's where your mother was murdered. Alyssa died 8 years ago. Perhaps it's time for you to face the past. Grace.
Stay close.
Damn, they bamboozled us.
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
We need to keep our voices down.
Have you seen the same shit I've seen?
Locked in.
Please know that you are my hope.
Everyone's gone.
No, it is. Yeah, it is. No, alright. There you go. It's RE. This has been a Requiem. RE9. Resident Evil Requiem. Damn, they've been toying all night. February and a release date. February 27th.
There you have it, Resident Evil Requiem. And it will be playable to fans this August at Gamescom, where we'll also be hosting Opening Night Live on Tuesday, August 19th. Resident Evil Requiem marks a bold shift for the franchise, both in tone and gameplay, and today's reveal isn't just about survival horror. Expect high-stakes cinematic action too, with much more to share soon leading up to its launch on February 27th, 2026.
Wow, that was
amazing.
A lot of emotional roller coasters to get to Resident Evil full reveal.
That's going to do it for our live Summer Game Fest show. Let's thank our co-host, Lucy James. Didn't she do a great job, everyone?
Good job, Lucy James. Yeah, you're a great co-host.
Good job. Lucy got to see the trailer for the first time.
I know.
Too.
I can't believe it. You kept that so secret.
Very top secret. All good. All right. Well, there's much more Summer Game Fest to come. Make sure to visit summergamefest.com to see a listing of all the digital events this weekend you can watch and to highlight even more games,
Great.
including the Xbox Game Showcase on Sunday.
Great
Stay
show.
tuned online to see
They
coverage of
did
many of the playable games at Summer Game Fest Play Days that's taking place this weekend.
a phenomenal job. Phenomenal job all around. Congrats to Geoff and the showcase and all the developers that were here, because it was a really, really well done event. They started off incredibly strong, insanely strong when they began. All of those really cool looking, like Chronicles Medieval, even like Sonic Card even looked good, which is weird. They're going into Day of the Devs up next, but all of this stuff looked really great. This was Chronicles Medieval Sieges, I think. Or was this before that? Ben Sahar. It's music by Ben Sahar. I thought that this was by... No, this was Mortal Shell. This was Mortal Shell, sorry. All the teases for Resident Evil. This was a really weird one, out of place. To me, I think that showing more of Death Stranding 2 was just sort of a... It seemed like a play to get Kojima on stage and say, yeah, Kojima's going to be there. This was Chronicles Medieval Sieges. No, the music's by Behemoth? What was Ben Sahar? Was that the game director, Ben Sahar? Where were you? Where were you? All the way in the beginning. There we go. Song. Oh, the song was Ben Sahar. Okay, gotcha. Sorry. Either way, I kept reading that as Ben Starr. So what I liked most about this showcase was we got a little bit more. I want them to do, if I had any critique, I would say more of this type, right? I know this wasn't really gameplay, but it was really gameplay, don't get me wrong, but we didn't get to see, right, in action what it would actually play like that much, but this was gameplay footage captured on PC. None of this isn't a final representation of what the game looks like, right? None of that. This is what I want to see more of. Exactly this. And probably at the end, maybe Day of the Devs, some of these come back and talk a little bit more about it and we get to see some more gameplay. But I want to see more of this built into the actual Summer Games Fest show. Because this was arguably, as silly as it might seem, this was arguably one of my favorite moments just because it was actual gameplay. They killed it in the beginning. Code Vein 2 looks awesome. The Game of Thrones game even looked really, really cool. End of the Abyss was sort of that top-down shooter that looked interesting. So, I don't know, just every opportunity that they had to show off something looked really, really great. I don't want to skip over Mouse for Hire as well, because Mouse for Hire is actually being worked on by a very cool studio, and the community manager for that game is Lone Vault Wanderer. Here it is. Lone Vault Wanderer is actually the community manager for this, which is really, really neat. And if you don't know who Lone Vault is, that's Johnny, who previously worked at Bethesda as a community manager. He was primarily a Fallout and Bethesda content creator. This was a crazy reveal as well. I mean, hell. Troy Baker. And it sounded the least like Troy Baker also, which is really neat because in a lot of projects, he's so versatile. A lot of projects he does really well. I think, for example, Joker was in Arkham Origins was phenomenal.
At the heart of Mouseburg.
Crooks beware. Detective Pepper's in the house.
There are those who would bend the city to their will.
Dumb wise guys and fake cheese wheels.
And those who do anything to save it.
They won't even know what hit them. Oh boy. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't hear him at all, like Troy Baker at all in that. So this means Xbox showcases. Yeah, so what wasn't there, right? What did we not see? We didn't get Wolf Among Us 2. I was anticipating... I'm going to pull up my list here. I'm going to pull up my list here. We did not see Bioshock. We did not get Dispatch. If anybody remembers Dispatch, that was sort of a Telltale... It was from Telltale developers, actually. But we did not get anything from... Good shot to skip to. We did not get anything from Dispatch. We did not see Bioshock. No Star Wars Eclipse, Exodus, or Crimson Desert. Or Marvel 1943. Those are really crazy. And as well as Blood of the Dawnwalker. Blood of the Dawnwalker is a summer 2025 release. And unless I just missed it completely somehow. A lot of those are really, really strange to me to not have seen at this show. Surprising amount. Now that I'm looking at the list, didn't Telltale go bankrupt? Telltale did not make it, but there's another. It's like 4 more Telltale devs that are working on Dispatch. Blade. We didn't expect Blade. We did not expect Blades. And if Blade would be appear, I don't think it's going to appear at the Xbox showcase either, for what it's worth. But if it were to appear, it would be at the Xbox Game Showcase for sure. Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was another one. Crystal Dynamics, they've been really quiet. We know that they're co-developing games. One of them is Tomb Raider. I was confident that we'd see it, but unfortunately that was a no-show. Let me just go to the full camera here. Let's go to the full camera here. Crimson Desert, because that's slated for a 2025 release. Also a bit concerning. The least surprised probably by Tomb Raider and Marvel 1943, just because Marvel did get delayed into 2026. I was correct in that we didn't see anything from... I thought I did a pretty good job with my incorrect list. I got all of those correct. Nothing from Witcher 4. Nothing additional. Nothing from Grand Theft Auto 6. I wasn't expecting that because they don't need to show at Summer Games Fest. Nothing from Mass Effect 4. I was a little bit mixed on that one. I said maybe they come with a tease, because I wouldn't put it past EA to say, hey, let's get on stage. Because EA had no presence. Not even Battlefield. EA was not here for Battlefield. So I thought, okay, maybe EA tries to sneak on stage, but I put it on ultimately no. Nothing from that. Nothing from, obviously, Titanfall 3. Nothing from Respawn Jedi Survivor sequel. And then also Respawn is working on Star Wars Zero Company, which I said probably not. It had just gotten announced, but it seemed a little bit too soon for me. EA and Xbox are pretty close. Nothing from Wolverine and Insomniac. Well, if we did see Wolverine, it was going to be at the State of Play, right? And obviously, that did not make an appearance. So I don't know. I wasn't expecting... If you were expecting Spider-Man, or I'm sorry, Wolverine at this showcase, and I think you would have been disappointed. Bim Lao, Telltale got bought by LCG, so they're making games again, or their brand is at least. Yeah, that's what Dispatch is supposed to be. Like, they include EA Plus with Game Pass. Yes, but that doesn't mean that they can't show... I don't know what... Business buddies. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so you think they have more of a chance of being at Xbox. Okay. Maybe. Especially if they're coming day and date to Game Pass. But they're still really independent from one another, right? They're still incredibly independent, so they don't necessarily need to... I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Cole. I do understand. No Bioshock made me a little bit sad. Abandoned. Abandoned. What was Abandoned? Microsoft would not pay to be at Summer Games Fest. We've seen them do it before, though. We have seen Microsoft sort of tease things on the Summer Games Fest floor, especially if that was usually the indicator, in my opinion, that it was sort of a multi-plat game, right? That they might have been working on something, but they knew it was going everywhere, so they just sort of said, yeah, no, we'll put this out. Right, we'll share this with the broader community because we know that it is going to be on every platform. So let's share it at Summer Games Fest because we don't need to have it exclusive to Xbox. But hey, overall though, really great. Really great. I liked the game from the Cuphead devs too. I was genuinely laughing at Deadpool VR. That was a very funny trailer. Spider-Man gets Insomniac and this is what I'm left with. This is great. What else do we have? Fractured Blooms was the horror game. Jurassic World simulation game, very cool. Dying Light mixtape continues to impress. And Scum. I don't know what Scum was. Resident Evil did a good job with the fake outs. They really, really did. I was not anticipating. I thought that after that announcement, they said they were going to say, no, it's not. And then I saw all of you saying it was Silent Hill. I saw you guys. You're not sneaking past me. So they did a very good job with that. I think that Resident Evil came in as a stellar strong highlight. And when it comes to how people respond to, obviously there's going to be those polls that come up and say, hey, what do you think of it, right? How would you rate it? People are going to very much go positive, I think, because of what Resident Evil shared. So just to take a bit of a look at, let's see what the community reaction is here. So there you go. Lone Vault Wanderer. Learn more about PI for Hire with Troy Baker. Very cool announcement. We have recaps. There you go. So glad you enjoyed Alan Wake from Arcane. Holly said solid show. There you go. Lots of demos too. That was another big point that I want to highlight, right? Lots of demos that were announced, whether it was coming for like in a week or it was coming at sort of Gamescom age. I think Gamescom is going to have a very strong showing. Notice how Geoff was constantly throwing in Gamescom, letting people know. So that was pretty cool. I guess we have to, if we just search. Let's see what some people are saying. Luke Stevens is there live. Very cool. Very, very cool. Requiem. It was nice that we got a release date for Requiem as well. Okay, so people are still probably reacting as we are here. This is exactly what I thought too. How Summer Games Fest wants us to react. This is so true. This is so true. Trying to get a Jose Fares moment on stage. Unfortunately, I don't think it worked. This is a very impressive game as well, I have to say. Stranger Than Heaven. I'm very excited. Very excited for Stranger Than Heaven. So, alright, we're still waiting. We still gotta wait, I guess, a bit to see what people's overall reactions are of the whole showcase. But generally speaking, I think you're gonna see a lot of people who really liked it. And what do you guys think? What was your highlight? Other than Resident Evil, I know a lot of you are going to say Resident Evil. Other than Resident Evil, what was sort of your highlights from the showcase? DLC is $30 for Lies of P. It looks pretty expansive though, doesn't it? Right? And I think amongst it's unfortunate reality, but as we sort of get into this age of $80 games becoming the norm, we're going to also be seeing DLC prices go $30. They might try to push $40 for DLC in some cases, which is not so nice. But there you go. Oh, Sips, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful evening. I hope you enjoyed the showcase. Atomic Heart stuff. Atomic Heart was really... Who would have thought, coming from Mundfish? Mundfish had a stellar presence. They had 3 games. They had their MMO RPG. They had Atomic Heart 2, which was going bigger into the RPG elements. And then they also were co-publishing... What was the game that they were co-publishing? Or not co-publishing, but... No, yeah, they were publishing. That was their publishing arm. Sorry. Which one was that? Not Blighted. Me, I would have thought. If you know. When you know, you know. I haven't played Atomic Heart, but it's definitely on my wish list now. On my wish list. On my to-do list is now Atomic Heart, which is... When I looked at initially, I said, okay, it looks cool, and I heard mixed reviews for it. But Atomic Heart 2 definitely impressed. It definitely impressed. Mundfish came. Mundfish came to impress, and indeed they did. I will say biggest surprises, I think, were definitely Resident Evil Requiem, yes, to an extent, right? We predicted that Resident Evil was going to show. I think that the most pleasant surprises probably... let's see. I'm looking at my list here. Ill looked very, very good. A Bug's Life. Infinitesimal. Cricket with a gun. Definitely liked Cricket with a gun. There were a lot of good ones. It's hard to pick from a list. Fractured Blooms, I thought looked impressive. Deadpool VR. Acts of Blood. The Game of Thrones real-time strategy I'm very curious about too. And of course, Mouse PI for Hire. I thought it's Atomic Heart. They all are. Atomic Heart 3. You thought you were getting Atomic Heart 3? No. Yeah, they have an MMO. They have an MMO that's showing up. Yeah, I'm in the same page, Bimlau. Don't worry, I am on the exact same page. The exact same page. Let's pull up, do I have the... Man. Well, this is IGN's video of it. No, we don't want this one. We don't want this one. Hold on. There we go. We want this one, yeah. No, this is the same one. Whoops. Oh well, it's fine. Atomic Heart 2. This is the Atomic Heart MMO. Very cool stuff. The pacing, I don't know if I have too much more to say. Whoops. I don't know if I have too much more to say that I can add, at least right now, other than saying I would give this showcase an A. Easy A for me. Lots of variety. Fantastic pacing. Love all the demos. And that are coming out. And not a lot of advertisements. We weren't inundated with advertisements. We had Epic twice. But other than that, and a good balance of game, in-game, and then cinematic stuff too. Like new reveals and then reinforcing games we've seen before and showing updates on those. So great balance. And this gets me more excited for the Xbox Showcase too as a whole. Solely because we know that they have a stellar lineup that's on the way. So, from Xbox, I am not expecting Blade. I'm not expecting anything from like a Fallout 3 remaster. I'm still not expecting an Elder Scrolls 6. I don't think it'll be there. Replaced Everwild, Clockwork Revolution, Outer Worlds, Hollow Knight Silksong, Indiana Jones DLC, Starfield DLC, Perfect Dark I'm a little bit more wishy-washy on, but possible. And those are just the games that I personally was highlighting, right, as far as what I was most looking forward to. Definitely, Wolf Among Us 2, maybe, will show up there. Probably not, but There you go. Boo. What's boo, Arcane? No blade? Is that boo? Alright. Good night, Bim Lao. Yeah, we're going to wrap up here. Good night, Bim Lao. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you, everybody who tuned into the stream. Feel free, those of you that would like, to leave feedback in the comments section afterwards. Or if you follow me on Twitter, feel free to message me on Twitter. More baby zombie kicking. I did like the baby zombie kicking. If you want to leave some feedback, by all means, you can reach me on Twitter at Damarco Dude, or in the comment section of this video. If I talk too much, if I chatted it up too much, that sort of thing during gameplay reveals, and you want me to shut the hell up. But there you go. Thank you, everybody, so much for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate the company. Thank you, Lotus, for the gifted membership. And thank you, Jenkins, for joining as a channel member. I greatly appreciate that as well. And I always look forward to these showcases because they are something very, very special to celebrate with all of you guys. And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday for the Xbox Game Showcase, which I will be streaming as well. Anyway, I'm going to head on out, get myself some food. I look forward to seeing you then. Well, gotta do it the proper way. So long, everybody.